Hassan in Slough in Berkshire. Hello.
Hi, Sangeeta. I would have gone to the Tory conference, but I couldn't get there, unfortunately. I did listen to Prime Minister Sunak's speech, and I think it was actually very good. And it sounds like myself and your previous caller, Steve, are living in different universes. I thought it was a very good speech.
What was good about it, honestly? What was good about it? Because you know my view, Hassan. I think there was just too much. It went on for too long. There was no coherent idea, and it was full of cancellation rather than fresh policy.
Yeah, I think it was just reiterating some of the concrete policies that have come out, such as the stop smoking ban, which I feel very strongly about. And yes, he did talk about cancelling the HS2, and he gave the reasons for it, that the investment can be made better elsewhere in the north. But it's something that we needed to hear to galvanise the party. And you played some of the clips from the fringe meetings. I'll call it the cringe meetings. Like in a Penny Mordaunt, it's the first time I've heard it on your programme. It was awful. She was trying to be like Winston Churchill, and Suella Braverman. I mean, I don't agree with a lot of what she said. She's attacking me. I'm a foreigner. I was born in Bangladesh. I certainly don't agree with her. But Sunak, I think, said the right things. And in terms of the change, because he's asked why is he the change candidate when there has to be a change in government? Well, if an alternative government is going to come, and they are the change government, they should be coming up with alternative policies right now. And I was watching the interview with Annalise Dodds yesterday by Faisal Islam, and she was asked very pointedly, what is Labour's alternative to HS2? What are they going to do about HS2? Her answer was that the Conservatives have blown a hole in HS2, but Labour, there's a lot they can offer, which is to make the NHS fit for the future, improve access to dentistry, etc. So you can see an old political tool that's used when you can't answer a question, just pivot. So there is no credible alternative. Now, I myself, yes, I'm a Tory. I haven't hidden that fact. But even me, I would like to see a good opposition, because people deserve good government and a good opposition. I have not actually seen that. But
we're going to be talking more about Labour tomorrow, and what I want to try and understand from you, because I'm still not quite clear, is what you said so far, if I've understood this, is that you felt that Rishi Sunak did a good speech. As far as you're concerned, you weren't concerned about there being no big ideology that defined him, because there wasn't, was there, Hassan? I didn't come away from that speech thinking, I know what Rishi Sunak is about. I came away from that speech thinking, Rishi Sunak is, as you say, or was it you, I think, who said that, he seems to be one of life's fixers. He sees a problem and he fixes it, because he does seem to have, everybody agrees, this huge eye for detail. But he doesn't seem to be able to define what it is he sees the country as being. So he's saying, I want to be the candidate for change, but what are we changing to? That bit is the missing part of the equation. And if you're saying you're the candidate for change, you need to be able to set out what the change is, particularly when you have been ensconced in everything that has gone before. So, I mean, are you able to do a kind of couple of sentence definition for me of what the change is? What is the vision that he set out? Because I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, some of the new policies, they are changes. The smoking ban, which is unprecedented, something I really support. What else is there? There's the inflation. I'm not sure if that can be classified as a change or not, but if he does make good with that pledge and some of the other pledges... He
announced that. That's part of his 5 pledges at the beginning of the year. Yes. You can see where I'm coming from, can't you, on this?
Yeah, no, I understand, because change actually means, you're changing government, etc. But then I just revert back to what I said.
But it also means fresh ideas, a new vision. Yes, it does mean dissociating yourself from the past. But on those two things, I just don't think he delivered. And I don't think it's enough to say, I'm the candidate for change, when he was Chancellor throughout the COVID pandemic, when he was part of Boris Johnson's government, when he's been in power for a year. It just strikes me as I don't know, hide into nothing, if I'm honest, Hassan.
Well, I would say in response to that, I understand what you're saying. I'd say that let's give him a chance. He's only been Prime Minister for 1 year. We can't coalesce all 13 years of Conservative governance into 1 year of his premiership. So let's give him a chance.
But if you don't do that, then what we're doing is setting up a presidential system in a country that doesn't have a presidential system. That was my other big takeaway from it. So essentially he was saying, vote for me, vote for me. I'm nothing like the previous Tory governments that you've seen and Tory prime ministers. And then I'm going to make quite a personal attack on Keir Starmer. So he's setting himself up very clearly as the person to vote for as opposed to the party, in my view.
Yeah, I see what you mean now. I think it's probably one way to actually dissociate from the last 13 years of conservatism. If he wants to be the change, then obviously it has to be him who is leading that change. I think that's how I can best answer your question. But, you know, as I said before, the smoking is a big thing. If you can make do with those 5 pledges, and, you know, Labour have not come up with alternatives. I'd like to see what happens in the next few days.
But we will analyse it, I promise you, Hassan. Hassan in Slough and Berkshire, committed Conservative, saying that he has bought into the idea of Sunak as the candidate for change. Have you? 0345